Red Hat, and I'm going to talk about Kubernetes on OpenStack, why you want to do that. Okay, so there are two parts to this. There is infrastructure as a service, which is OpenStack, and then there are Kubernetes orchestrated by containers. So what does OpenStack do? It exposes the resources, and those resources are storage, compute, and networking. Okay, so that exposes, and the bare metal service. So that exposes that to the, it provides a layer on which Kubernetes can then run. And containers, therefore, consume the resources. Okay, so they will access the storage, access the networking, access the hypervisor to run on top, and the compute. So why do you want to do it this way? Why do you want to, what is the benefit of having that OpenStack layer there? So OpenStack is doing that automation and exposition of those resources. So as I said, the compute, storage, and networking is exposed and then consumed by the Kubernetes on top. And what is the advantage of having OpenStack there? So it's automation. Automation is everything that's required in the data center today. Okay, that means by OpenStack can automatically expose the compute, it can expose the storage, the networking, and we'll see in a second there's something called Ironic, which is the bare metal service, and that can expose the actual servers. So if you want to run Kubernetes on bare metal, OpenStack can do that for you, or if you want to run Kubernetes on OpenStack instances, it can do that for you as well. So it scales very well. It will scale up, scale down as the cloud grows or expands. Then Kubernetes comes along and consumes the resources, okay? And it uses those API calls as we saw earlier. The container sits on top, and it just simply consumes whatever OpenStack has provided for it. There's for those who've seen Kubernetes, there's the dashboard, there's the API layer, the CLI, whichever way you want to consume it, it's there for you and available. So when you put it together, you get a sandwich. You get OpenStack at the bottom, infrastructure as a service, you get Kubernetes on top, and then your application, which can be a SaaS application or as you wish. Okay? And the management is simplified because OpenStack is doing that automation for you, and Kubernetes can then consume. Are there any questions at this point? Because I'll probably go a little quicker than they expected. So if you want to interrupt with questions along the way, let me know. Yes?
What level of adoption do you see for Kubernetes and OpenStack?
What?
What level of adoption do you see?
So what level of adoption? So the use cases here are typically in a hosted environment or in a private cloud where you want to do the automation. You want to automatically make available bare metal servers or a hypervisor plane controlled by OpenStack for Kubernetes to consume. It's good for like running a big data application on top, which you need to scale out as you're running the analysis on the data. Then you need to scale out as you do that Kafka job, or pick your, I don't want to be prescriptive here, pick your big data application, Cloudera or Hortonworks, it's now one company, whatever, whichever one you want to do, you run on that and you do your data job, it grows out, and then when you're back, you can free up and make that rack of servers available to another application or another use. Another question? Okay. So, technical advantages, I won't read the slide necessarily, I'll let you consume it for a bit. As again, automation is key here. It's consistent, so every time you run that OpenStack, you're getting really the same level of service, whether you're making available one rack of servers, 5 racks of servers, it's consistently will do the same automated way of making either the hypervisor with instances or the bare metal available to you. And for networking, there's Open vSwitch as we have in native in OpenStack, or a number of plugins that I've listed here, or others.